Hi, y'all. It's Neva from Manic Mama Musings, and it's Monday, which means Mental Health Monday. So, yeah, do this. Since I could not sleep at all last night and slept most of today. But I still just got the sniffles, although I think it's going into one of my ears. And if you've watched me long enough, you remember when I had those back to back ear infections. We don't want that again. So, yeah. But I'm trying to. My twin's birthday's tomorrow. So I'm doing my very best to feel better. We're gonna eat at 4:30 at a restaurant they picked. It's called Thai City, and I don't know how much of my family's like joining us, but yeah. So but it's for sure me and my girls and LJ. My daughter's fiance tried to get the day off. He couldn't, so he's gonna just come by at lunch for his lunch and visit with us. But he doesn't like Asian food anyway, and so yeah. And they requested Impossible Whoppers for lunch, and they said they're making their own breakfast. So there you go. Uh, Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, it's Mental Health Monday. Okay, I glitched again. Yes, I glitch sometimes. No, I'm not a robot. I just my brain glitches at hello spells. I have to say that everyone that has wished me to feel better, thank you. I love it that you're thinking of me. I got another request to do a Christmas card swap with somebody, so I am so happy. I would also like it if you would like a happy birthday shout out for me. I can't promise I'll send you a birthday card, but if you would like for me to give you birthday shout outs, I would love for you to email me your birthday. My email is always in the description box. I'm excited because my friend Trisha is going to start her channel back up soon, start making videos, and I'm happy for that. I truly adore her, and her and I have become pretty good friends just recently, and I'm appreciative for her. Um, and of course, keep Ashley in your thoughts because she's still not feeling too good. Um, oh, I got Happy Mail, but that'll be in the next couple of days. I'm trying not to open it until I do a video so you guys can see it with me. I'm trying to be good. Um, but I like to do the Happy Mail video separate. And tonight's just a one movie thing. Because I'm actually working on something I'm really enjoying and I can't wait to see how it works out up. And it's one of Crystal Bag of Days patterns. And so yeah, so I'm like, I'm going to do this video. Today I'm going to talk about a lot of us people. Okay, whether you have a mental illness or not, a narcissist, a truly bad person, if you're in a relationship with them or a close friendship, can make you mentally unstable regardless. Okay. I want to assure you that karma is real. Um, there is someone a very awful person that I was kind of upset that he was not going to get what he deserved, but he did. I'm not going to go details because y'all think I'm just mean or something, but karma got him. Well, the other day, proof again. So, my daughter's dad, my oldest daughter's dad. I'll talk about my kids and their business too much, but this has to do with me. He was always awful to me. He was physically abusive, sexually abusive, emotionally abusive, anything you can think of, he did. He was terrible to me. He was terrible. I would never let him touch Rihanna. Um, but when they forced him to pay child support, he was mad. Then he never paid all of it. And I kept telling him, you're just getting further behind. He's like, well, they can only take so much. Anyway. So by the time they finally got tired of him screwing around and not paying all his child support, they were taking quite a bit out of his check. And he was mad. Of course, it was all my fault. So I had another sign that karma is real. or you reap what you sow, however you want to look at it. Because my daughter messaged me the other day and she was like, hey, dad messaged and said they're going to take back child support out of his check, out of his disability check. And I was like, hmm. Now, I did keep telling him, if you don't do this, it's eventually they're going to catch up to you. But I don't have any of the info anymore because once she graduated, I wasn't getting child support anymore. I contacted the attorney general and they said, no, you'll never get any more. And I was like, okay. I mean, that was fine with me. She was grown. And then she moved out of my house. She was on her own. So today I was on the phone for forever. Well, okay, so she said that he wanted me to call him. I won't let him have my phone number. I'm in a very happy place with LJ. I don't need him to drag me to that mental. He's one of the few people that have ever made me threaten him with bodily harm and truly think if he was right there, I would have done it, kind of thing. Okay. And so I don't want him to drag me to that place ever again. And I know on Messenger, I can just block him. That's that. On Facebook Messenger, but phone number, I can still block his number, but he could always call from his wife's phone and so-and-so's phone, and you know what I mean? So I messaged him on Messenger because she was like, he wants to talk to you. So I messaged him. Well, he tried to tell me that Rihanna said she didn't need the money, and so he didn't feel like I should get the money. And because she's already grown up, and he goes, so will you contact the attorney general and tell them that you don't want the money? I was like, well, I believe Rihanna does want the money. If she doesn't, I will. I don't need it. I was trying not to be, just because he'd been so hateful to me, I was trying not to be that way to him. Okay. He goes, well, she said she didn't need it. So I tell Rihanna what he said, and she goes, I didn't say that. I just said I was taken care of, but he didn't ask me if I needed or wanted the money. And Rihanna's kind of in a tough spot right now, so she really could use the money. And I was like, so he thought I wouldn't contact her, or, you know what I mean? Like, that's weird. So I was like, oh, okay. So I messaged him, and I was like, when I finally got a hold of people today, I messaged him, and I said, well, Rihanna says she does want the money. I contacted them. I gave them all my updated info. And in about a month and a half, I should have the card and Rihanna should be able to get the money. And he goes, well, make sure she gets it all. Okay, it's not my fault that he's on back child support. Like, that was his fault. He did this to himself. It's proof that things that go around, what goes around comes around. I've had my share of I did dirty and I got paid back for it. Well, none of us are perfect. We've all done something that we regret, and then either our guilt gets to us or something happens that it's like, well, I kind of deserve that. But then when he was like, well, just make sure she gets all of it, all I could think of was, even if she didn't want it, now, after all this, I think I'd take it. Because I really don't, okay, I say we don't need it. We could use it, but to me, now that Rihanna's grown, it's money I could have used when she was younger. And right now she could really use it. And so that's who I want it to go to. But, you know, when can't we use a little bit of extra money? Oh, cat quake. That kind of thing. So, a narcissist is, I always hope that he's going to change his spots. You know, a leopard never changes his spots. Well, I'm always hoping he will, for my daughter's sake. But anytime he's reached out to her, he just ended up kind of hurting her. Like, you know, and yeah, she's grown, but I think she still has that, like, I wish my dad cared about me, because she used to ask me, why doesn't he love me? And I would make excuses. I'd be like, oh, honey, he's just busy. And, you know, when she got old enough to understand about alcoholism, I tell her he just prefers he's an alcoholic, and his brain thinks more about drinking than it does about the people he loves. And I tried to make excuses. Rihanna now knows. the truth, because she's grown. She's figured it out all on her own. He did that. And nothing not even from her childhood, even though she has memories, the stuff he's done since she was an adult is permanent to her. Um, but just because someone treats you bad doesn't make you bad. The things they tell you, I believed everything. I got called a fat crazy bee or fat psycho bee all the time by him. When usually if I was acting psycho, it's because he had pushed me to a point where I couldn't stand it anymore. All I ever heard was how fat I was and no one was ever going to really love me. LJ is proof that that's a lie. And when I was a bee to him, it's because he pushed me to be that. But I let that, what I'm trying to say is I let that define me for a long time, because I had kind of grown up with family that put me down. Not so much. My dad kind of did, but not like my other family members. My mom didn't, but like I had an uncle that called me fat. And then I got bullied in school a lot. So I went from that situation to many relationships like this one I'm speaking of. And so I truly believed what everyone said about me, that I was fat, that I was crazy. I hate for someone to talk to me like I'm stupid. I can't, because I used to be very quiet. And so I guess if you're quiet, you're supposed to be dumb. And honestly, it was just I was shy, and I was a lot kinder than I am now. That's sad to say, but life has made me a little less kind. And so I didn't usually say anything back. And if someone told me I was wrong, I just didn't correct them. I just went on with it. That kind of thing. I wasn't like, oh no, that's not the way it. Plus we didn't have Google back then. How do you prove, oh, you're mistaken about such and such? But I'm still not that person. A lot of times I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, Lucy, that's enough. Lucy, that's enough. But you are not that person. It doesn't matter if you were raised as a child being told that, or in school bullied to believe that, grown and in relationships or friendships that you were told that and pushed to believe that. It is not true. It is not who you are. It's not the truth. I just now, at 50 years old, know who I am. And that is only because of counseling, learning about my mental illnesses, not being psycho. My mental illness is just like a physical illness. I want to point out, he was psycho. I was just mentally unstable. He was psycho. He did psycho things. I didn't hurt other people. But I learned about my mental illness. I learned to walk away from relationships and friendships that did not serve me. I don't mean as in what I could get like a way out of those people, but friendships that didn't make me feel good. They made me feel bad about myself and made me somebody I didn't want to be, because I feed off of negativity a lot. I can't be around someone that gossips a lot or is negative, because I'll join right in and then I end up being somebody I don't like. I am not that person, and you are not that person. So if you've been led to believe that you're that you're psycho, that you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, whatever, just know that you, with help, because like I said, I finally have LJ, and it's not just about the relationship. Even when he was just my best friend, can't lie, I was in love with him way before either of us admitted it, but he was my best friend. I never thought a guy would be my best friend again, because all the guy best friends I had when I was younger, one thing or another, we fell away from each other. And but he's my very best friend, and he still is my very best friend. He makes me feel better about myself. That's the first time a man has ever done that in my life, other than like my counselor, who has helped me to understand that it's not me. It's those people feeding on my insecurities. Okay. I have some good female friends. A lot of them don't live close to me, but I still have them for support. But I do have some very good friends here that if I need them, I can reach out. In fact, my friend Lisa wants me to have coffee with her in the morning because she lives out of town, but she has to come into town for an ultrasound. And so she wanted me to meet her for coffee, and I told her if I could wake up, because it's not till 9:30, but a lot of times that's when I'm just now deep sleeping, so we shall see. I said, well, I love you and I love coffee, so I'm going to do my best to get up. But the best thing I ever did was start liking myself. I still have days where I'm like, oh, I hate the way I look. I hate the way I feel. When I'm moody, I don't like how I act. But in general, I like myself now. I know I'm not worthless. I know that I'm worthy to be loved, like I can be loved. And my mom dying, I think, was very traumatic for me because I really thought she was going to be the only person in my life who ever just loved me for me, like loved me unconditional. And I learned that's not true. Since I've gotten better, my relationship with my daughters has gotten some better. We still have our issues, but for the most part, it's getting better. I am working on things and I'm happy. My twins' birthday is tomorrow and they're going to be 21 and I'm so excited and kind of sad. I know that they've been grown up since 18, but it's just kind of that last milestone, until I don't know what else happens. So yeah, it's chilly here. Not freezing cold, but chilly. But I'm crocheting. I'm crocheting stuff that's making me happy. I was just telling Trisha, we were messaging, and I told her, because, okay, I get down rabbit holes on Facebook, well, not, or on YouTube. Like, stuff pops up lately that I don't know where it came from. Like, it's stuff I would never look at. One was, anyway, but this one, I do watch some cooking stuff. Well, this was how, this lady was, it was to live a, is it a hygge, how to live a hygge life, a calm life. And she was making homemade apple cider. And so I told Trish, I was like, dang it, now I want to make homemade apple cider. Never done it, and now I want to try to do it. But that all to say that we do have some apple cider in the fridge, a big old jug. And so I heated me up some and added some cinnamon and some Splenda. And that's what I'm drinking on in my Golden Girls mugs, because, that's how I roll. I'm finally learning to enjoy my life, but not even just about big adventures like concerts. And like I told you, be a dream come true if I can meet Willie Nelson. Not just my YouTube channel, although I'm finally enjoying it. Like I overthought it for way too long. I'm just being me now. And I hope that you guys like it and keep returning. But that's another great advice I have for you, is be you. Don't ever be someone else unless you're miserable. Excuse me, sorry. Unless you're just a mean, miserable person, and then maybe you should try to imitate someone else. But it's okay to be sad and tell people you're sad. I don't mean it that way. I mean, those ugly people that gotta suck the life out of everybody. Try to be different. But be you. This is me. I will, probably Christmas time, I'll wear some makeup. I did at Halloween time and do some dress up. But this is just the regular old me. Now, every once in a while, I wear something completely out of this world out in public just to spice it up a little. But, I mean, I'm me. I went and fed ducks with skeletons. Who else does that? Not many. Be you. And don't be afraid of who you are. And I believe I got some personality issues, but only because I didn't even know who I was for the longest time. Like, I knew who I wanted to be in my head, but I really had no idea who I really was. And now I know. I like creepy stuff. and I'm kind of creepy sometimes, and I can be vulgar. And I can be rude, which I could never be before. Like, I was too timid. I know when to act crazy, act a fool, just being silly and stuff. And I know when to just be the chill, calm me. Um, every once in a while the two gets mixed up, but it's still fun. I'm still fun. Um, I used to drink to be able to socialize. I quit drinking because LJ needed to quit drinking. By the way, he had the ultrasound on his liver. We got the results back, and he's got moderate fatty liver, so he's just got to change his diet. There's nothing severely wrong. They said it was caused from all the years of drinking, but that now that he's not drinking, and if he starts eating healthier, it can be reversed, so that's good. But I quit drinking when he quit drinking, and I do have people who tell me they miss Drunk Neva. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, Drunk Neva was fun because Drunk Neva had no inhibitions. I'll get out there and do dances that I did a cumbia, and it's a Spanish dance. Those that don't know what it is, Google it. Well, I thought I was doing the cumbia, probably not. But man, music could come on and I just go to dancing. And I was funny because I could tell jokes and not be scared that nobody would laugh. I was kind of loud and I just loved everybody. But if you crossed me when I was drinking, I could be just as not fun. Like, I would get angry very quick. And I drank way too much and usually got sick. And eventually, later on in life, had hangovers almost every time because I'm not one of these people. I'm just going to have, a glass of wine. For one, I don't like wine. Wine gives me a headache. I get like halfway through a glass of wine and I end up with a headache. But a beer, I hate the taste of beer. But a mixed drink, I don't want to just sit and sip because to me, I don't need alcohol unless it's to get faded. So yeah, I'm glad I quit drinking. I know now who I am without being drunk. Like, I can kind of be sociable. Not to the point of when I was drunk. I'm still kind of shy. I still have trouble being in crowds, stuff like that. But I'm not nearly as bad as I was when I was younger. And I'm not that person. You get the idea. I don't have to drink to be me, and that's a great thing. So you do not need chemicals in your body to be you. I am going to tell you that that's a big thing that counseling has done for me. So if you have come from an abusive relationship, please do not let them keep talking to you in like that little voice in your head, because I know that they're there. I do, because a few of mine were still in my head for a very long time. So I think that's all I have to say. I hope it made sense. I hope it was a good one. I've got some stuff after this that's kind of informational and whatnot if you want to look at it and read it. Tomorrow maybe I'll get Happy Mail, but I'm pretty sure I'll do a vlog because it's my twin's birthday. I'm so excited. They're 21, y'all. Okay, I love y'all.